Kris Kristofferson, an accomplished singer and songwriter who starred in A Star Is Born, has died at the age of 88. The multi-talented entertainer, who was a country singer, songwriter, and actor, died Saturday at his Maui, Hawaii home. Among his numerous acting achievements, Kristofferson played the role of troubled rocker John Norman Howard in the 1976 A Star Is Born remake opposite Barbra Streisand. He won the Golden Globe in 1977 for his work in the film. Kristofferson's other major acting endeavors include a turn as the character Whistler in the Wesley Snipes action films Blade, 1998, Blade 2, 2002, and Blade Trilogy, 2004. He also starred opposite Ellen Burstyn in director Martin Scorsese's 1974 film, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Hollywood may have saved his music career. He still got exposure through his film and television appearances even when he couldn't afford to tour with a full band. Kristofferson's first role was in Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie in 1971. He was the young title outlaw in director Sam Peckinpah's 1973 Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, a truck driver for the same director in 1978's Convoy, and a corrupt sheriff in director John Sayles' 1996 Lone Star. He also starred in one of Hollywood's biggest financial flops, Heaven's Gate, a 1980 Western that ran tens of millions of dollars over budget. He described in a 2006 Associated Press interview how he got his first acting gigs when he performed in Los Angeles. His musical career began in the late 1960s, as the Brownsville, Texas native wrote such classic standards as Sunday Morning Comin' Down, Help Me Make It Through the Night, For the Good Times, and Me and Bobby McGee. Frank Fritz, the longtime American Pickers host, died on Monday, September 30. He was 60. The news was announced on social media by his friend and co-host, Mike Wolfe. The duo appeared together on the History Channel staple for 10 years and hundreds of episodes. The series followed Fritz and Wolfe as they toured the country in search of antiques and artifacts they can sell in their shop or buy to add to their personal collections. It's with a broken heart that I share with all of you that Frank passed away last night. Wolfe wrote in a tribute post on Instagram. I've known Frank for more than half my life, and what you've seen on TV has always been what I have seen. A dreamer who was just as sensitive as he was funny. The same off-camera as he was on, Frank had a way of reaching the hearts of so many by just being himself. American Pickers launched on the History Channel on January 18, 2010, and has since aired for 25 seasons. Fritz suffered a stroke in summer 2022, a couple of years after stepping back from the show due to health problems. He was a regular on American Pickers through the show's 2020 season. Frank filmed American Pickers for over a decade. We will always remember the bearded charmer and his never-ending search for vintage motorcycles and bikes. The History Channel and American Pickers production company Cineflix Production said in a joint statement, "Our thoughts are with Frank's loved ones during this difficult time. He will be deeply missed." In addition to co-hosting American Pickers, Fritz also appeared in episodes of other History Channel shows such as Pawn Stars. He also lent his voice to an episode of the Seth MacFarlane animated comedy American Dad in 2017. The Nightmare Before Christmas star. Ken Page, who enjoyed a glittering career on Broadway, has died at the age of 70. Page was a mainstay of the New York stage, playing major roles in the original Broadway productions of such hit musicals as Cats and The Wiz. He reached a new generation of fans in the 1990s as the voice of Oogie Boogie, the villain of Tim Burton's animated classic, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Page was born in 1954 in St. Louis, Missouri, where he developed an interest in the arts as a child. Listening to Barbra Streisand and reading the novel To Sir, with Love. He was always entranced by the theater, writing and directing musicals when he was in middle school, according to St. Louis Magazine. After studying theater at college on a full scholarship, he struck out to New York City in the mid-1970s to make his bones on the stage. Just 2 years after his arrival in New York, he made his Broadway debut in the all-black 1976 revival of the classic 1950s musical, Guys and Dolls. Page had a plum character part, playing a gambler who leads a prayer meeting with the barnstorming gospel number Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat. His turn in Guys and Dolls established him on Broadway and set him up for one of the biggest roles of his career, the Cowardly Lion in The Wiz. The Wiz originally opened in 1975 with Ted Ross in the role of the Lion, with Page eventually stepping in as his replacement. Page always spoke glowingly of the show in artistic terms, but the rigorous choreography and the heavy costume caused him to have health problems. His sweat was trapped in by the costume and began seeping toxically back into his body, on top of which he developed knee problems from crawling around on stage. Only then did he discover that Ted Ross had to have his knees drained once a week, while in The Wiz, Page told a musical theater podcast. Page ultimately left the show because of his mounting medical issues, but always retained an affection for the material. Attending the opening night of a revival of The Wiz on Broadway earlier this year. Gavin Creel has died at 48 after battling an aggressive form of cancer. The beloved Broadway star was known for a string of successful performances in thoroughly modern Millie, Hair, She Loves Me, and Hello, Dolly, performing opposite stars including Bette Midler and Jane Krakowski. Creel died on Monday, September 30, while receiving treatment for a rare and aggressive form of sarcoma, according to his partner, Alex Temple Ward. Sarcoma is a rare type of cancer that forms in connective tissues including bone, muscle, fat, nerves, blood vessels, and more. Sarcomas most often appears in the arms and legs. Creel also played Troy Winslow on the TV series American Horror Stories. He is said to have been undergoing treatment at New York's Memorial Sloan Kettering after being diagnosed with cancer in July. However, he recently received to hospice care at his home. Creel is beloved by the theater community in New York, having amassed a staggering amount of stage credits to his name. The actor impressively earned a Tony Award nomination for his Broadway debut in the year 2002 in a lead role of Thoroughly Modern Millie. He then received another nomination for his lead performance as Claude in the 2009 Broadway revival of Hair, starring alongside Casey Levy. The star also played Elder Price in the Book of Mormon from 2012 to 2015, and would later win a prestigious Olivier Award for the musical's West End show. Creel had also appeared on the West End stage in 2006 as Bert in Mary Poppins, and when he reprised his role in Hair in 2010 for the West End transfer. His impressive stage credits also include La Cage aux Folles, 2004, She Loves Me, 2016, Waitress, 2019, and Into the Woods, 2022. The Ohio-born performer won a Tony Award for playing opposite Bette Midler in the role of Cornelius in Broadway's Hello, Dolly in 2017.